Grant throws hateful words.
Hate crime.
Okay, 0.68. I'm going to do the cosine inverse on both sides. That gets me my theta all by itself. What is the cosine of 0.6, what's it, 880? 0.6820? You don't really need the zero, but I got 46.99. Did anybody get something different?
No.
I guarantee some of you here got something different because you're still in radian mode, right? So make sure you switch out into degree mode if you did not. Well, in this case, they're asking me to find the angle that produces that decimal. So you don't divide, you do inverse on both sides. And I got that. How many degrees is that?
46.
So my theta equals 47 degrees. We're supposed to round our answer to 2 decimal places. If you round properly, you'll be at 47 degrees. Okay? That's in the first quadrant, right here. Now, cosine. Where is cosine positive? First and what? Fourth. So what I want you to do is draw a terminal side in the fourth quadrant. And we're going to find that purple angle. Because there are two answers every time you do one of these things. But I don't know what the purple angle is. But I do know what the reference angle is. What's my reference angle? That 47 degrees is my reference angle. So if I was following the purple arc, all the way around, I'm 47 degrees short of 360. How much is that? 313. There are your two angles. Now notice, both of them are between 0 and 360. So watch what happens. I'll just show you. What is the cosine of 313? I don't know, I have to quote it. 0.6819. Well, what does 0.6819 round up to? 0.6820. Now is the original decimal. Right? Both of these angles, if you type them into cosine, produce that decimal. Okay? Do the same thing with sine. Inverse sine on both sides. What's the inverse sine of 0.7880? 52? That's right here. Where else is sine positive? Well, it's positive in the first and second. So let's draw a second quadrant, terminal side in the second quadrant. Wrap it all the way around to there. What's your reference angle? Bring that 52, that's the reference angle from the first one, and bring it over here. So I did not reach 180 degrees. I was 52 degrees short of 180. What is that? 128. Good. Both of those produce that decimal that we started with. I'm going to pause it and see if you guys can work on that one. When you did your tangent inverse, what did you get?
41.
I thought you said to be in ratings.
Where is tangent positive?
That's all I needed.
First and third. And I keep going back to that positive. Each one of these decimals was producing or I should say each one of these trig functions was producing a positive decimal. And that's what I'm talking about. So where else will tangent produce a positive answer down in the third quadrant? So draw the terminal side in the third quadrant, wrap all the way around to it. That's really the angle I'm looking for. So I take my reference angle, 41, and put it there. So now I'm 41 degrees beyond 180. So what is that? What? 221.
Oh, that's how we get the negative.
Now, the problems that are on the worksheet and the review become a little more difficult. And the ones on the test are even more difficult. I don't know why. Students just don't pay attention to these problems. I don't know if it's because it's like the last day of the lecture.
No, yeah.
Is it gonna be like this?
It's exactly like these, except
Oh.
you have to understand what a reference angle is. And sometimes when you type this in, the answer gives you a negative. Well, I can't have negative. I got to be between 0 and 360. So you have to switch. You know, there's stuff happening. So you got. I would practice some of these problems. Definitely practice some. Once you're done, you can relax. They come out and tell me to go to quadrant 4. So draw your triangle in quadrant 4. They tell you to label it with a cosecant is -2. What's cosecant the reciprocal of? Sine. So if sine is opposite over hypotenuse, cosecant is hypotenuse over opposite. So, do I put the -2 on the hypotenuse?
No, hypotenuse.
No.
Is positive.
Put the 2 on the hypotenuse, the 1 on the opposite side. Which one should get the negative sign?
The 1.
The 1, because it's going down. That's why earlier I said don't just take the negative, the C, and drop it in it. What's the missing side? What? Square root of 3. 2 squared minus 1 squared is 3, square root of 3. What's your cotangent then? Tangent is opposite over adjacent. So cotangent, adjacent over opposite, which is the negative square root of 3. So those are more how problems are. We don't say, hey, write down all 6 trig functions. We'll just give you some information and say, find one of them. Quadrant 3. It's really nice when they come out and tell you which quadrant to draw it in, but no, usually we do the, you know, where is secant negative? Well, secant goes with cosine, and cosine is positive in 1 and 4, so secant's negative in 2 and 3. And then we generally tell you, put a check mark where tangent, negative, yeah, that makes sense. Secant goes with cosine. Cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse, so this is hypotenuse over adjacent. So I put the negative with the 4 because it's going left. The hypotenuse is never positive. What's 81 minus 16? What? 65. So that's the square root of 65. But it's going down, so make it negative. Now, the tangent then is the opposite over adjacent. So negative square root of 65 over the negative 4, which is the square root of 65 over 4.
Yes,
Okay.